Hello and welcome to Take 5, your 5-minute inspirational message from Solid Rock Drogheda. Imagine receiving a gift that was the most precious, most expensive gift you've ever received in your life, and yet you didn't actually want it. That's what we call a white elephant. You know, years ago when I was a little boy growing up in East Belfast, there was a Church of Ireland close to where we lived. And once every year at Christmas, they would have a Christmas fete. And they would have it in their church hall. And I would go round to it, and because there was all kinds of toffee apples, and sometimes they would give stuff away to kids like me. And there was all these different stalls. And one of the stalls was called the White Elephant stall. It was basically gifts that people had received from others, but they had no earthly use for them, and so they put them on the stall to see if anybody else would buy them. And the whole idea of the white elephant actually goes back years ago to Thailand, when the king of Thailand wanted to show his displeasure with somebody who had angered him greatly. He would give them a gift, a white elephant. Now the white elephant, they're not actually white. They're sort of light pinkish grey, but much lighter than a normal grey elephant. And so because they were so rare, they were considered to be one of the most expensive creatures that you could ever buy. The problem was, because this was a royal white elephant, you weren't allowed to put it to use. You couldn't train it to ride on its back through the jungle. You couldn't use it for picking up logs and doing the kind of heavy work that other elephants were trained to do. And of course, you had to feed it. And an elephant eats a lot of food. And so to be given a white elephant was really, it could bankrupt you. It could absolutely destroy you financially. And that was what happened if you upset the king. And so the term a white elephant comes to mean a very expensive gift that is actually unwanted. Well, you know, for many people, the greatest gift and the most precious gift ever is a white elephant. And I'm talking about the gift of salvation through Jesus Christ. The fact that Jesus Christ died upon the cross and took our sin upon his shoulders and paid the price for our sin. And he paid a debt that he did not owe because we owed a debt that we could not pay. And that simply by receiving him by faith and trusting in what he did on our behalf, we can invite him into our life and we're born again. We pass from darkness to light. We pass from death to life. We are like a condemned man in death row in his prison cell, and suddenly the door's thrown open and said, if you want, you can go. But sometimes we can be like the condemned man that says, no, I don't want to go. I don't want to go into the outside world. I want to stay here. I want to die. And it's an amazing thing that the gospel, the greatest gift that could ever be given to anyone, for some people, they resent it. It's not just that they choose not to accept it, but they get angry at Christians for accepting this gift. It really creates so much anger at times. And it's a white elephant to them, the most precious gift that God could ever give them. And they don't want it. They don't want it. Why? Because it's going to mess up their lives the way they want to live their lives. And so they would deliberately pass up on the most precious gift that anyone could ever receive because it's going to mess up things for them. Incredible when you stop to think about it. I would encourage you today, don't treat the gospel as a white elephant. Don't treat it as something that messes up your life. But say to God, God, you have given me the greatest gift that anyone could ever offer to anyone. It's the gift of life. It's the gift of salvation. And Lord, I'm not going to treat it like a white elephant. I'm going to receive that gift in both hands and I'm going to treasure it in Jesus' name. May God bless you today. I pray you have a wonderful day today. Please join us again tomorrow for another Take 5, your 5-minute inspirational message from Solid Rock Drogheda.